Kia ora and welcome along to the Met Service National Forecast. As we go through in towards Wednesday, we're generally looking at things being very settled and pretty dry across the country. We'll start things off by looking at the satellite picture for today. You can see there's plenty of clear sky across the North Island and across most of the South Island as well. Just a touch more cloud in the far southern parts. But generally, it's a dry story across our patch. In the afternoon, looks like there's plenty more dry, fine weather still with us. Just more cloud perhaps down around that far southern coast in towards parts of, say, Southland and up in towards Otago. On the whole, though, a fine looking day. Plenty of dry weather. Another clear, cool night, though, as we head through towards those early hours of Wednesday morning. But for Wednesday, high pressure is very much firmly in control. And you can see as it builds across us, a lot of the activity is away to either side of the country. And for much of the time, again, it's another dry day, a fine day, just areas of cloud to watch out for, and perhaps an isolated shower down the far southern parts. But all in all, most spots looking fine, dry and settled as we head in towards Wednesday. So let's start things off up across those northern parts of the country. Temperatures around about 14 or 15 to start things off up in towards the northern parts and down towards, say, Auckland and even in towards those central parts of the country. A little bit of a cool start first thing, but plenty of fine sunny weather through the morning time. Just a few areas of inland valley fog, perhaps those more sheltered spots of the more central high country. As we head through towards the afternoon, no real change in the weather. That high pressure firmly with us. Another fine, dry end to the day and staying dry right the way across the North Island. Just a touch more cloud bubbling up about some of the higher ranges of the Gisborne area, but generally it's a fine looking story. Just a little bit of afternoon cloud, but plenty of fine, dry and sunny weather and temperatures up into the 20s, 22, 23 degrees Celsius or thereabouts. As we head down towards those lower parts of the North Island, again, it's that fine, dry and sunny story. There will be areas of cloud to watch out for, especially first thing in some of those valleys up towards that Wanganui area, but most of those should clear off nicely through the morning time. And for the afternoon, again, no great change in the weather. It's just a bit of a cool start first thing, but temperatures climbing once again up into the 20s across the board. So a fine looking story there. As we head down towards the South Island, well, guess what? It's pretty much the same sort of idea. We have plenty of clear sky and sunshine from Nelson down towards the likes of, say, Christchurch. A touch more cloud, perhaps on that western coast, but even here, it should stay dry through most of the daytime, even through and towards the afternoon. That cloud perhaps just thickening up for a time through Greymouth and Hokitika, but all in all, a fine looking story. Just areas of cloud perhaps pushing back in towards, say, or especially Banks Peninsula by the end of the day on Wednesday. Across the southern parts of the country, we will keep hold of a little bit more cloud in towards parts of Southland and up in towards the likes of, say, Dunedin. It might be thick enough to bring perhaps an isolated shower through here, but really very isolated indeed. The general story will be one of dry weather, just a touch more cloud around those coastal parts. And we will find a few showers you can see just start to push in towards the likes of Fiordland towards the end of the day. But again, most of the time it's dry and fine. Head in towards the likes of, say, Queenstown, a fine looking story. Again, temperatures back down to single figures though as we head through the night time and on into Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, things are set to change. So we find the high pressure pulls away out towards the east, and in its place, this next area of low pressure pushes in from the Tasman Sea. Now that will bring with it some windier, some wetter weather, and a bit more in the way of activity as well, especially on that western coast. You can see those darker blues showing some heavy rainfall in towards parts of Westland and Fiordland, even down in towards parts of Southland as well. So a real change in that story as we head through towards Thursday itself. We start off dry, but we'll find as we go through the daytime, those winds will pick up, those northwesterly, and we'll find the cloud starts to feed across as well. Might even find some showers in towards the likes of, say, Tamakamukaro, Auckland, or even down towards Namutu, New Plymouth, as we head towards the end of the day. But generally, it's a case of watching that cloud thickening up and that rainfall pushing in from the west. As we head down towards the South Island to Waipunamu, we will start to find that rainfall feeding in, and it will be quite heavy on that western coast as we head through towards the end of the day. But you can see that rain really pushes across, that cloud feeds across on towards the eastern side as well. So I think we are going to find a bit of a different set of weather as we head through towards Thursday. So really enjoy the fine weather we've got for, say, Tuesday and Wednesday before that rain pushes back towards us in time for Thursday. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.